Hey guys, it's Saylee. I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk to you guys today. Just kind of talk about how I'm feeling, what's on my mind, just do a cute little car talk. So, I've been going through this journey of healing, and it's definitely not linear. Healing is a very up and down, back and forth process. One day you're completely good, one day you feel okay, the next day you just feel like you're not healing at all. Um, so I'm just gonna kind of talk about what's been helping me and the things that I've been doing and the things that I've done that I shouldn't do that have disrupted that healing. So the reason for my healing ultimately was a relationship. Me and my child's father, we broke up. He did a lot of things that really hurt me. He cheated on me while I was pregnant multiple times. So I'm just kind of healing from the breakup and everything that he did to me within the relationship. But we're not here to talk about him. So I feel like when you're healing from your child's father, it's a little bit more difficult just because you have to see them. You have to talk to them. And even if you're not having to see them or talk to them, you still have to like co-parent with them at the bare minimum most of the time. So in the beginning of me trying to heal from him, I was still texting him, and we actually didn't stop texting until recently because I decided that I had to block him in order to heal. For me, I feel like us texting even about like the bare minimum thing was bad for me. Seeing his name come across my phone, him asking like how I'm doing and pretending to care and stuff like that, I needed time away from that because when we broke up, we didn't just completely part ways. We still saw each other. He would come over to my house up until recently. So yeah, and I feel like when you do stuff like that, you have to restart your healing process. When you are letting that man back into your space, when you're letting him potentially back into your body, when you're just in his presence, you're making it harder for yourself to heal. Maybe in the future, when you have healed from the situation, when you are better, then you can be around him. You can do things as a family healthily if you're both in that headspace. But in the beginning, it's probably not for the best, especially if it was a very traumatic breakup or he did things that really hurt and traumatized you. You need to take your space and time away from him. I feel like for me, I definitely developed a trauma bond when it came to him. And if you've ever been in one of those, you know, you quite literally become addicted to that person. You become addicted to the highs and the lows, the constant up and down of the relationship, the day where they treat you super good and then the next day they treat you like you don't mean anything. You literally get addicted to that. So when you're breaking up, you're also getting over that addiction. And trauma bonds are hard to break. It takes so much strength, and this is my second time having to break one, but I definitely learned my lesson this time. And for me, like, I was talking to God. I had really started talking to God towards the end of our relationship. And I feel like God had been giving me signs that, like, that's not my person. This isn't the man for me. This isn't the man that God wants me to be with. And so I remember praying to God and being like, God, I know he's out here doing something because there were signs, girl. And I was like, God, if you show me that he is out here cheating, then I will leave. And God showed me that same night. So that was literally God telling me he does not want me to be with this man. So I say that to say that God can definitely help you through the breakup. God can help you through the trauma. God can help you through any and everything. And if you're not religious, you know, you don't have that extra support. But for me, that really helped and is helping. I talk to God on my way to work. I'm like, let me tell you how I'm feeling. Like, literally, I'm like, God, let me tell you how I'm feeling this morning. And then I just talk to God, and that stuff makes me feel better. You know, knowing that I'm not alone in the situation, because healing can be very lonely. Healing can be very, very lonely. It can be lonely, it can be hard, and trust me, I understand. Talking to God helps. I know it sounds corny to some, but journaling actually really helps. Even if you're just kind of just writing, like, how you're feeling. Even if you're just writing what you ate, like, for some reason, just kind of writing things out helps you heal from it. For me, I wrote a letter to my ex. I wrote a letter. I basically was telling him goodbye. I was telling him I forgive him for all the things that he did to hurt me. And I did love him, but I don't miss being loved by him. So yeah, I wrote that letter. It's just in my journal. I'm not going to actually give it to him, but just kind of writing that out helped. Healing isn't easy, to say the least. You're gonna have ups and downs. Some people start to go through the healing process and then they end up going back to the person that hurt them, and then in the future they're gonna have to restart that process. So if that person was really bad for you and they put you through hell and trauma and you know you shouldn't be with them, I'm telling you, girl, just wait it out. Just be strong and stick to staying away from them. Because if you go back and you have to restart your healing process, you're prolonging your pain. You're prolonging your hurt. You're prolonging your heartbreak, whereas you could just really leave and stay gone and go through it that one time. We had broken up last year in October. We broke up for a month. He came back. He wanted me back. We got back together. Now, I had kind of already knew who he was before I took him back, but I had those rose-colored glasses on and saw him as better. And we tend to see these men that are not providers, these men that do the very bare minimum, and sometimes not even that. We tend to see them in this light like they are just hurt or damaged, or they just need to be loved more. You giving somebody more of what they already don't appreciate isn't going to make them change. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to change for you or anyone else. He's not going to change until he really wants to change himself. So don't think that he's going to go out here and find somebody else and immediately change and just become a better man for them. It's going to seem like that at first. You might find her account, or if he has social media, you might be on his account lurking, you know. I know, we all do it. And you might be like, wow, he's treating her so good. He just got her flowers. But he did all those things when he first got you too, right? Yeah, he's love bombing her. And eventually her rose-colored glasses are going to come off, most likely too. Because he's not going to go from you to immediately changing for somebody else. That's just not how it works. Now, if you're healing from like family trauma, friendship trauma, that's a whole different ballgame. That betrayal trauma, somebody close to you hurting you in general, is hard to heal from, because it's kind of like, why would you do that to me? Like, you want to know why. You want to know how they could do that to you. But I'm going to be honest, you're never going to understand. You will never understand why somebody hurt you or how they could hurt you, because you wouldn't do that to them. Because it's in their character and not yours. That's who they are and not who you are. So you're never going to understand. And that's okay. You don't have to understand why somebody hurt you to be able to heal and move on from them. Because most of the time, you're not going to get that closure. You're not really going to get that explanation or reason. And even if you do, it's not going to make it any better. Sometimes when you're going through that healing process, you feel like nobody understands you. You feel alone. You feel like you don't have anybody. But there's always somebody that you can turn to, even if it's like somebody unlikely, like a friend that you don't know that well. Just talk to somebody about it, because you keeping it all to yourself and trying to deal with everything alone is making it worse. For me, I tend to really isolate myself when I go through pain and trauma. I isolate myself so bad, and that's not healthy for me. because the only way you're really going to get over it and heal is if you talk about it. You have to talk about it. You have to talk to God. You have to talk to your mom. You have to talk to your friend. You have to talk to somebody and tell them how you feel and tell them what you went through. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out just saying that I believe in you and it will get better, even if it feels like it's not gonna get better, even if it feels like the worst thing in the world, which normally it does. It will get better. You will get better. You will become better, and you will be so much stronger because you got out of that situation, because you cut that friend off that was toxic for you, because you cut that family member off that was bad for you. You're going to be better, and you're going to be stronger. And sometimes, y'all ever seen those posts that are like, no revenge? Because for me, it's like, no revenge because you're never going to be happy in life. You're never going to be satisfied with one woman. You'll never know true happiness because you are not happy in yourself. You have to distract yourself from your reality. Now I'm just focused. Now I'm focused on my future. I'm focused on building a better life. I'm focused on giving my kids absolutely everything and anything. And can anybody deter me from that? Because sometimes these men or these women are distractions and they can throw you off from your goals, and that's not how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to add value to your life. They're supposed to help you just as much, if not more, than you're helping them. It's supposed to be a team. It's supposed to be a partnership. I believe in you guys. I wish everybody the best. You can comment if you need any advice or if you want to talk about anything. If you want me to make like a specific video about the things that I went through and my trauma, I'm prepared to do that. If you want me to make a separate video about leaving your child's father alone or your child's mother alone, I can do that. Just kind of comment, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll do it. Bye.